All right, turning now to your Monday forecast. Live pictures right now over Banner Elk, where there are some clouds out there, but still beautiful. I mean, the mountains.
Gorgeous.
Sun, no sun, clouds, clouds. Mountains are still gorgeous. Chris joins us right now with a look at your forecast. Chris.
Just a regular suit, not a tie-dye suit. I'm going to have to up my grade. We are looking at more clouds also moving in here around the lake. So this is Lake Norman, and it's going to be a overall cloudier day compared to what we started with. It was beautiful blue skies, more clouds starting to roll in. But I think one of the more interesting features of today is the winds. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, we have a breezy forecast. So our futurecast wind gusts showing up to about 30-mile-per-hour gusts to conclude the afternoon. So this is the type of forecast you got to watch for your trash can recycling bin, because stuff could be blowing all over the place if you're bringing that out. By tomorrow morning, still gusting to around 15 to 20 mile per hour winds, and then still up to about that 30 to 40 mile per hour range up in the mountains. So that's why they're going to be under a wind advisory going forward, just because of how strong the winds are going to be. It's a little bit lighter on Wednesday, but still expecting gusts at least up to 25 mile per hour plus across the area. So a breezier forecast. And the reason why is we still have a really strong low pressure system off towards the north. Wind is created by pressure differences. So the lower that a pressure system is, that can cause a bigger flow of the wind. That's exactly what we're looking at. There is a slight chance for a little bit of rain right along the mountains. That's overnight tonight. Not a lot's going to fall, and then it's going to dissipate as this little tail of a trough moves through. We should be dry, still scurrying some clouds across the area on Tuesday heading into Wednesday. High pressure system still keeping us fairly dry for really the foreseeable future for this work week. But then we start to transition over to a potential wetter forecast by the weekend and beyond. So our afternoon forecast for the mountains, well, it's going to be cloudy. You see that rain symbol just for a little bit later on tonight, but I think you're dry most of the day, lower 50s. And then about the mid 60s across the foothill, partly cloudy to partly sunny skies, mostly cloudy at times. 67 around the Charlotte area and down to the south. Chance at 70 degrees all around Chesterfield and Chesterfield County. Not a bad day. Yes, it's a little bit cooler. We should be in the 70s for the first day of May, but it's actually nice to have a break from the heat, because before you know it, 90s are going to be the top line for a 7-day, really month after month. So tonight's forecast still on the cooler side, back down to the 30s for the mountains. We have the upper 40s, close to 50 degrees for the Charlotte area. Our average low is 54 degrees, so below normal lows as well, 48 to 43 over the coming mornings, and then back to the 50s with more cloud cover heading into the weekend. After the mountains, it's back to back to back days in the 30s, and then you have the 40s back in action. Same reason why, more cloud cover. Now let's talk rain chances. Not really seeing anything for Charlotte today through Friday, and then of course Saturday it rains again. What gives? So I mentioned this stat here that we've had 8 weekends in a row that there's been some sort of measurable rainfall. The weekend of April 8th and 9th, there was over an inch of rain. So at least one of the days, Saturday, Sunday, there's been rain. Some of these have been bulk days. So what a trend. And it looks like that trend is not going to be broken for this coming weekend. Here's a look what's happening. Active pattern, seeing some rain move into the 300-mile radius circle around a travel circle by Friday night heading into Saturday. So I think it's going to be wet on Saturday. This is still fairly far out, so a change of 1 degree, 1 mile per hour, how it's moving can completely change the path of this forecast. But for right now, Friday night to Saturday morning, that looks to be locked and loaded for our best chance for rain. By the end of the day, Saturday, this moves into more of a South Carolina forecast, drying out North Carolina for more rain moves back in on Monday. So this is a little bit more active on the backside of that forecast. For the Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, I think the Wells Fargo Championship is looking good overall. Yes, you do have some rain on Saturday. Doesn't really look to be a big thunderstorm maker at this point, but the lower to the mid 70s, at least it's on the warmer side. Ideal golf conditions many of those days, because the winds get a little bit lighter compared to what we have in the next 3 days. And then, hey, back to around 80 degrees Sunday heading into next week as well.